This is not made for children. I sit at Makoto for Kappa, and this is your first time seeing my channel. I use review cartoon series, anime series, also something completely random. And today we'll talk about Cagaster Inside Cage. This is original anime from Netflix. Now let's get started. Now this anime is one of those things that's sort of surprising, especially how the CGI is not as well done. I mean, CGI is not bad. That's the first thing I'm trying to say. But you have little moments that's kind of, yeah, it doesn't feel right. Oh, the finished product is not done there yet. They're still figuring out how so characters move, background characters. There's little things you do notice. But it's something that you have to agree if you've seen this anime that this was a good idea to make it CGI because how the monsters look like, how the bugs look like, because the CGI kind of implement that kind of fear factor of the bugs, how unhuman they actually look like. In that, I have to admit, it's a plot. That's basically I want to talk about the main thing. Besides that, the story of this anime is about these two characters. One called Kiddo. He is basically a exterminator of these sort of creatures that he hunts down and murders. But he's so cold and sort of dead inside that he really doesn't register sort of how you talk to people or how you should act to him. He's basically a soldier for hire, in other words. But that makes it interesting that he's not completely dead inside. He has emotion, especially he kind of meets Lily that he saved before she about to die, because her father trying to protect Lily this bug infestation, but he kind of died in the middle of the process and asked Kiddo to help her find her mother and sort of survive this sort of area. So Kiddo and Lily goes to Area 5. They basically stay there and sort of reflect on everything what's going on in their lives and survive the situation they actually are. And that's what makes it sort of interesting, because how this world sort of happened is because this sort of vibes affect people and turn them into bug kind of type of creatures. I mean, all strange of sort of bugs, to dragonflies, to beetles. You see sort of that transformation in someone who is affected, who has a few hours to survive, become this strange creature. But I love it is the whole story about this anime is always sort of remember the good times and try to keep moving forward, even they live this sort of kind of terrible situation. And that is sort of relatable because you keep reminding you how precious life is on this world. If you kind of have waste your time basically being hatred of someone, you probably wasted for no reason, because there has more things to life. It's more trying to move on. It's kind of hard to see them. In fact, you see how Kiryu sort of struggles to be this sort of dead soldier, that he had to do his job, and many people don't like him because he's an exterminator. He is cold, he is mean, he actually is kind of rude. In fact, first time he met Lily, he smacked her to pay attention what's going on, and you want to live, follow me type of situation. Yeah, it's cold, it's sort of shocking, but at the end it makes sense. It makes sense how Kiryu feels. And yes, I know I keep repronouncing his name wrong. I'm sorry. I'm 100% sure somebody right now text down below used to say the name wrong. I understand that. Anyway, Kiryu is very interesting. It's something that he tried to have feelings, but he does, he probably cracks. So he had to basically eat his feelings and stay as a proper soldier, to be disciplined and not be afraid. Of course, Lily kind of helps him to sort of develop a little more, sort of see his certain scenario. But like Lily is not kind of like a damsel in distress. I mean, she has her own problems. She is sort of gentle, but she's not weak. She is sort of strong in understanding. But at the end, you couldn't understand. She sort of breaks down also because you see her dad died and she didn't have time to sort of freak out and kind of reflect. And I think that made her kind of interesting, especially use Lily as sort of slice of life and show you the value of life, value of moments, making relationships and making sort of moments for your fans and family. And to talk about family, I like how Lily and Kitio and the rent lady and the vendors outside who sell items became sort of a family and almost sort of needed each other to survive. And that's kind of very kind of happy. I mean, it just give you all the fuzzies, because when they give you the fuzzies, they really don't care about the characters. Something terrible always happen, and it kind of force you to cry. I mean, Yes, it's one of those shows that it really tries to make you cry. And it really shows you the desperation they actually are and how dangerous they basically has it nowadays. And that I have to applaud because it's kind of hard to make me cry, especially in anime. I mean, you have your moments, but really feel something. And this anime does that. It makes you feel, especially some characters die. I won't ruin who, but when a character dies, you want to cry. It really set this time, especially how they build up to that death because each episode is between 30 minutes long. Yeah, about 29 to 35 minutes per episode. Yeah, it really used that precious time of each episode to deliver the best show they can. And one of the best reasons how you sort of a streaming service on a limitation of time. And I'm glad they did this because if they didn't have that time, the how things happen on this show, you probably won't reflect them on the 20-minute episode. So I kind of glad they abused that. Besides that, I have to recommend this. This anime is kind of amazing, especially how emotional it really is. And also how action-packed and very bloody. I mean, if you're a person who loves sort of horror, bloody kind of gore, I recommend this completely. You also want a person who likes drama and sort of kind of The Walking Dead. This is another version to watch it. It's basically, I have to say, this is basically Attack on Titan's kind of level of entertaining and relatability. You understand everybody's situation. You see the hatred of other people, but you see them sort of understanding each other. Understanding, yeah, we should stop doing what we're doing and figure out how to survive. And that is basically the whole show. That sort of emotion interesting thing. And also you have a sort of arc talking about Lily, his father and mother, that they probably were into something very questionable. You don't know what. Maybe Lily doesn't know, but it's something is basically in the back, kind of been up to the final season. Yeah, it's basically that's one top of the anime. Besides that, I have to recommend it, especially if you like sort of Attack on Titans or something kind of monster trying to survive kind of situation. It's one of those. It's well done. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I have a wonderful day. Bye.